Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Alfred Zongbiel, the official eat-out, weigh-in location of your
We go
Memphis
to the
Force.
lightweight bout. Raynell Williams, Eric Miguel Flores, and here is Chuck Roberts to introduce.
For the World Series of Boxing lightweight bout of the evening, representing the Los Angeles Matadors and fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Eric Flores.
So familiar are we with so many of the fighters here in the World Series of Boxing. This is not one of them. This is guys making his debut.
This is a young man from Inglewood, California. Pretty good fighter, though. Look at his record, 59, 18 losses. Highly decorated amateur. USA Amateur Boxing National Championship, some semifinals, PAL tournaments, Golden Glove, regional championships. So he's been around the block. He knows his way around this boxing ring. Be interesting to watch him.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, representing your Memphis Force, Raynell Williams.
And the Ohio native 1-1. He hasn't fought since week 4 because he suffered a TKO at the hands of these LA Matadors and the highly talented Everton Lopes. There's a mandatory 45 days sitting out on the sidelines after a knockout, right, champ? So
well, yes, and he's anxious to come back, but it's always interesting to see how a fighter rebounds after being beat. And he was, when watching that fight with Everton Lopes, he was not only beat, he was humiliated.
Yeah.
Everton Lopes went in unrespectfully and just took control, took him out of his fake game, and then he knocked him out. It was a devastating loss for Raynell Williams. Raynell, of course, former Olympian. He was a terrific fighter, and you tell a lot about fighters by their losses, not by their wins. And as we look at these two on the head-to-head here, the lightweights. Look at Raynell, older, wiser, maybe a little bit taller, and the same weight. And the experience of Raynell may be able to come through, but how much is he still suffering from that loss?
45-day cooling off period after nearly 7 weeks of inactivity. He's going to have a lot of pent-up want-to out there.
Sure. That's 45 days of having to realize that you just come off this loss, and what can you do to change it around? And Eric Flores hoping to really capitalize on that, on the loss that Raynell had in his last fight. The humiliating loss.
Flores, his first fight, as we say here, champ, in this World Series of Boxing series. But a 2010 regional champ in California, USA Amateur National semifinalist, and he draws Raynell Williams.
Well, you know something, and who is really, is it a detriment or is it a benefit to a young fighter who has not been in this tournament through the combine of this? Raynell is relaxed, he's calm, he's been to this point before, he knows what it's like, he's an Olympian, he's been there. Flores has not. Is that good or bad? Because Flores has not been beat down in this tournament, in this league, in this series. You really take a, it wears on your body. You take a beating. These kids are tough.
So ready for the lightweight bout, the World Series of Boxing. These are amateurs who are allowed to fight as professionals, yet keep their Olympic status. And as we said earlier, you make no mistake about it. You will very likely see some of these guys in London next summer, representing their countries in the actual Olympics.
They all have their eyes on it. These are the best amateurs in the world. Signed up for the World Series of Boxing.
Larry Farabee, the Virginia native. We'll keep it fair here, Farabee. Raynell Williams, and I see now we're 1-1.
Very impressive.
I had an ace in the hole, though, when we get to the heavyweight bout. If we're 2-2, I got you. I got one that I'm keeping in my pocket.
No way. Not fair. Not fair.
Now, once again, Memphis just 1-6 overall. They've lost 5 straight. They haven't fought at home since late January. See if the home crowd can get behind Raynell Williams here.
Raynell, the southpaw. And what do you do if you're Raynell at this point? You have to think, well, you know, come out, relax, get the jab work and everything else will fall in place. Good combination from Eric. Eric has a lot of energy, a lot of spirit in his style. 19 years old. He is an aggressive young fighter. Just like Fernando Martinez, 19 years old. Martinez won his match because of his aggression and because of his spirit combination punches. The way Flores fights too.
A little bit of distance being kept here by Williams off the jump.
Williams too, you have to get low, get down low, stay low, pop up.
Well, and judging distance so key, is it not, Sean? I mean, you move away intending to get beyond your opponent's range, but if you do so, you place yourself out of range to effectively score.
Exactly. But the good fighters, though, they move out of range to score from their opponent and back in range. Move from the waist up. And Raynell is that kind of fighter. Raynell, southpaw, get that jab working too. I like to see the southpaws move to their right. It's an unnatural move for them, but it's confusing for a right-hander.
What a way for Flores to have to debut, huh?
You circle away from your opponent's power. The right-hander has the power in that right cross. Now, a little confusing from Raynell. Yes, he's a southpaw, but he is naturally right-handed. So he has more power because it's his dominant hand in that right hook than he does in the left hand.
Yeah, so the southpaw stance. He holds his gloves very well too, doesn't he?
He does. Well, he's an accomplished amateur boxer. Been around the block. He went to the gym at 12 years old with his father, Angelo McCourt. Started boxing. Said, I want to box. I want to be the best. And he went to the gym and he just fell in love with boxing.
Well, kind of feeling each other out here in this first round. Not unusual. A little left connected right there by Flores.
Flores has to get that right hand moving just like that. Under a left-handed fighter, they are susceptible to a real straight right hand and a real wide left hook. Good feint from him too. You feint with your opponent, it's like you're gonna punch at him. You just kind of feint at him.
A little misdirection, right?
Absolutely. Feint him out of position, then make him pay for it.
Late in round one, this is the lightweight bout. Raynell Williams from Memphis in the purple trunks.
I'm pretty impressed with Eric Flores. He can fight a little bit.
Doesn't seem overwhelmed to be here, right?
Not at all. He's undaunted. Going after him. He's trading with Raynell Williams.
Got in with a right just before the bell.
When you're fighting someone accomplished like Raynell Williams, you really have to realize that he's listening to his coach and trying to follow his instructions. And there's what Anthony Bradley is telling him. I was looking for the combinations, a little bit of outside punching that Anthony Bradley would like to have from Raynell. For our lovely round coat girls tonight. What round is it?
I believe we're looking at 2, sir. And Eric Miguel Flores looking at his first fight in this World Series of Boxing series. Again, he draws a tough draw here. And Raynell Williams, a guy who's been around the block.
You're not kidding. Raynell's a good fighter. And he's still trying to rebound from that loss, so he has a lot to prove in tonight's match.
Yeah, he just crashed back down to earth. His first bout was an easy victory here, but then that second and most recent bout knocked out by Everton Lopes of these LA Matadors. And it was in the second round, we should point out. So if there's any kind of flashback, it would be now. This is about when that flurry began. First fight went to LA, that in the bantamweight class. Lightweights have the 134-pound limit. Both these guys are in at 133.
So far the team score is 1-1 because LA had to forfeit the light heavyweight bout tonight.
Yeah, it means essentially LA started the night knowing it had to win 3 out of 4, not 3 out of 5.
That really hampers the team too. If they don't have a player in that weight division. Jab, jab, jab. Even on the southpaw, if you're a right-hander, you still can jab. It gives your opponent something to look at. Nice feints, and he's just countering. Raynell is just waiting for Flores to make a mistake and make him pay.
So just as we saw in that first fight, there was distance between the two in the opening round, and now the distance closes. Guys are done feeling each other out. Now they want a little closeness here.
Yeah, they got to watch being so close of stepping on one another's toe, and they just did it right there. You see how close their front feet are?
Does a righty next to each other? Does a righty tend to get tied up with a lefty more?
Yes.
Because of that positioning?
Yeah, because of this. Look, see how close their feet are? Right there, you can see them. They're constantly stepping on one another's toes. There's a good shot from that overhead camera.
All right, the right of Williams and the left foot of Flores.
Shoestring even coming loose on Raynell's right foot.
Yeah, look at that. Good ball check.
Good uppercut.
Outstanding. And then a slip.
Oh, just kind of pulled him down. Backing was Flores, and as he was pushing behind the head. Raynell went down to the canvas.
Bounced right back up. Again, the last time he went down in round
yeah, in round two. Yeah, exactly.
Keeps.
He's hoping he's not having flashbacks of that. Some good feints
from both of these fighters. There's that flurry from Raynell Williams.
I'll tell you what, Flores just has to throw caution to the wind. Corner this fella up. Raynell is just walking around Flores. Flores has to cut off the ring, force him into a corner, and then score. Raynell's too fast.
And we get to the end of round 2, 2 out of 5.
Well, busy second round.
Raynell Williams susceptible to his opponent's left hand, I guess, in that knockout loss in this ring 7 weeks back. And we'll take you back and show you what we've been talking about. This is something that Williams would like us just to hit fast forward on and not show. But
yeah, they don't want. Williams doesn't want to see this. I was amazed at this because Everton Lopes just went in there, disrespectful, and just went right after him, just tore him apart. See, Raynell has to have that distance. He's got to be able to set up his combinations. And right here, Everton Lopes just manhandled him. His strength, his upper body strength, took over, and it was Everton Lopes who really beat and knocked out and humiliated Raynell Williams. That's why it's so important for Raynell to not only get back on the winning track tonight, but look impressive in doing it and looking like a force again. The Memphis force.
See what you did there? Good try. Yeah.
Hey, I'm learning.
You might be up 2-1 now. Yep.
You're teaching me.
All right, here we go. Starting out in the third round of 5. We'll see if indeed Raynell Williams comes out just pounding and slashing a little bit. He's back on his heels just a bit in that second round.
Well, remember that second round too. It was Eric who showed his balance, able to pull Raynell down to the canvas.
As we get, I'm sorry, Sean.
It's okay.
As we get later in this bout, you wonder about the fresh legs of Flores, right? If that will be an advantage, because Williams has been working and fighting in this World Series of Boxing. Yes, he's had to sit out for a little while, but Flores is freshly minted here.
Both of them trying to feint one another. Feel like there we go. Flores just close that gap some. Close that gap and work around to your left if you're Flores. That's around behind Williams. Some of the that was from the shoestring.
Oh, you saw that last round.
Yeah, I think actually Flores got his teeth down there and started pulling it apart.
That gives Flores a chance here.
What you do too is you tie those shoestrings, double loop them. You know, loop the ears, the elephant ears.
Right.
Like you do with kids, like children. And then you tape it so it does not come loose. I never wanted to stoppage for like a shoestring or anything like that, a mouthpiece or anything. I got a beanie on my mouthpiece too. Look at these two. Wow.
Got to be the shoes. All of a sudden, here's Williams just racing right at Flores.
is for Flores. I would like to see him go on the attack from his left side more. He's running into the power, into the strength of Raynell.
Midway through this third round. Now, LA is 7-0 in this lightweight class, by the way. Lopes and Eric Fowler both 3-0. Jose Sainz 1-0. Now Flores makes his debut here, tries to uphold the tradition.
Oh, what a great division, too. The lightweight division. Always thought it was the toughest in boxing.
Yeah, well, yeah, you would say that. Champion of that class.
Good left hook from Flores. Raynell scoring. You can feel the intensity in this fight.
Well, Flores, like he's just right out of the chute.
Right out of the chute, but he's staying at just the wrong distance. Either get all the way in or all the way out. You stand right at the wrong distance, your opponent can reach you. He can't reach Raynell just yet. Either move in a half step or move out a half step.
Williams just kind of baits him, though, right? Just every time it looks like Flores is going to step in, Williams is stepping back.
Or he feint. Look at these feints. Look at these feint. Every time he feints.
Both these fighters feinting very well. And a connection there from the hometown fighter.
You don't even mean feinting like passing out. No. Feinting like feint a punch. You feint a shot. Like a...
Well, like you say, psych. Like I'm gonna, but I didn't.
Sure.
Towards the end of the round here.
Oh, another busy round.
Oh, we have not been hurting for action here. First two bouts here. Now, we knew that those bantamweights would come out in a flurry, and they did. The lightweights have followed. All right, champ, what do you see here from that round?
Well, in the feinting, still positioning. Both fighters trying to impose their will on their adversary. I see that, again, I was talking about the distance that's separating these two. Flores either get in or get out. He's staying at just the wrong distance, and easy to feint him and to catch him with wide shots. Flores is good, but I think Raynell's getting a little bit the best of him right here. Raynell with a combination, Flores coming in with this single shot. Combination punches, that is the key in this league. You have to have that.
Keep your guard up and put pressure on it.
Manny Robles. Boy, Eric getting a mouthful.
So the lightweight bout continues now. Round 4 begins with a flourish. It's Raynell Williams in the purple trunks. Flores in the black.
Good cross from Flores, right on his chin. And a good hook from Flores. Raynell fighting back. Trying to tie up is Raynell. Holding and hitting.
Blasting out of the cannon, both of these guys.
Something's got to happen.
We remarked in the bantamweight bout, the round 4 a lot of times in a 5-round battle. That's when everybody pulls back, not this one.
Not here. Well, this is very important for both of these fighters. It's important for Raynell to get back on the winning trail again. It's important for Flores to make a statement in this tournament.
Trading combos right there. 2 minutes left, round 4. Flores holds the gloves a little lower, kind of inviting a shot to the jaw, but Williams hasn't connected with too many. Well, distance continues to be kept by Williams.
Flores, a nice jab from him. And Williams just fighting him off. Trying to walk around as Flores. Williams, nice boxing from him. As you're boxing out there, get that jab working. Even if it doesn't land, it looks like it's landing. If it doesn't land, though, it's giving your opponent something to see. Put something in his face. He can't see if you got a glove in his face.
Is the jab still the most important punch?
It's absolutely the most important weapon. It is the most important weapon in the sport of boxing. And a jabbing southpaw like Raynell should be.
Oh, the left in from Flores. Jab isn't real sexy. I mean, you want that uppercut to cream somebody. But
not many people, can knock out their opponent with a jab. But the jab sets up everything. If the jab doesn't work, nothing works. Flores.
On football, the run sets up the pass, right?
Absolutely.
So in boxing,
you've got to have both of them. Yep. You've got to have both of them. Oh, good uppercut.
And the return.
Now.
Flores fighting back as Williams landed first. Good fourth round.
Well, something happened. Both men in their corners, their trainers gave it to them. They said, throw caution to the wind. You've got to go out there and take this fight. Raynell
got the right hand in.
Good left hook, but he's got a good combination coming in on the inside. Raynell wants no part of that.
Flores tried to connect with the right. Final seconds trying to make that last impression here in round 4. The debut of Eric Miguel Flores of L.A.
Good round.
And as we get to know Eric Miguel Flores,
these lightweights threw caution to the wind in this 4th round. Both of them came out. There says Anthony Bradley, keep doing what you're doing. Here's what Raynell is doing. He is punching fast combinations, and he moves in, scores, and then he gets out, so no retaliation. But it's Flores who's trying to move in a little bit more with his combination punches, and he's got to get those combinations working. Get that jab pumping on the outside, the combination working on the inside. That's just what Manny Robles is telling him.
And as for Eric Flores and the style that we were told to expect, we went right to the source. You talked to him before this bout.
My style in the ring is I'm aggressive, but I'm also a boxer too. I'll fight you.
Now Flores just quick as a hiccup in that last round. And the last chance to make the impression now.
When he must build off that last round. He is running out of time. I think Raynell has had control of this fight.
And Flores continues to try to move in. Williams continues to keep him reasonably at bay.
And I would like to see Flores advance after Raynell throws a jab or throws a punch. Then you follow that in. You bob and weave, work your way on the inside. I'd like to see some more bobbing and weaving from him. Flores is a good fighter. Just needs a little bit, you can see who's new to the World Series of Boxing too. He's a new prospect. Or as we used to call him, new suspect.
Well, we know he can take a punch.
Sure.
The separate skill set is you got to land a few right now too. Oh, and there's a right hand.
Oh. He is hitting hard here. Flores would love to have a KO here. But Raynell's hanging in there. He's hanging tough. Good jabs from Raynell, and I love this movement from him. Look at this. That is good foot movement.
He's dancing right now.
Not everybody can do that. They can't do that and punch too.
A moving target is hard to strike, right?
Exactly. And it's up to the opponent to control that movement. Boxing's about control. If you can control your adversary, you will most likely be the winner, be the victor.
Williams landed a right to the ribs. 1:11 to go, final round. This is the lightweight bout. Memphis against L.A. Left hand in. Raynell Williams last time out absorbed a TKO. One slip in this bout, but it simply was his feet going out from under him. He stayed upright and has delivered well.
He has. And he's come back well. Look at that jab. Good work from him.
Right hand to the jaw.
Oh, and a good left hook.
Got him in the clinch, and they will separate him.
Flores has a good left hook. He's landed it several times. That is his favorite punch. His best weapon, he says. In this fight, too, it's just a matter of Raynell out-punching, I think, Flores.
A little bit more power.
Still have yet to get to the decision. Look at these combinations right now. Nice. They love it.
Fans are on their feet here, many of them here in Memphis. And the final seconds of a very entertaining bout. It's kind of ironic that it ended with the two guys just looking at each other, because for most of that fight, Now, there were punches being landed.
Punches, and they built to a crescendo. Remember that first round, they were kind of positioning and posing around, trying to see what the other's going to do. And it was extremely important for Raynell to get back into the fight, get back into what he knows how to do, get back into the movement, into the style, into the jab combinations. That final round, it looked as though Eric Flores was trying to put on more pressure, trying to land harder punches, really trying to get Raynell out of there, but Raynell was so focused. He wanted to come back. He wanted to get a victory.
Oh, and you sit out for 45 days, and you have to hear about how you absorb that TKO for all 45, right?
Oh, you remember it every day. Oh. So he was anxious to get back.
Chuck Roberts, our ring announcer, has our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's WSB lightweight contest is scored as follows. Judge LeBay, 49-46. Judge Germain, 48-47. Judge Bonet, 48-47. In a unanimous decision, the winner from the Memphis Force, Raynell Williams.
A 45-day wait. And he stuck the landing. The debut for Eric Miguel Flores is a loss here in the lightweight class. The first time that an LA Matador has lost in the lightweight class all year. And the champ is standing by with Raynell Williams.
Thanks, Josh. Raynell, you know what? That was a tough fighter to come back on after your last fight. How did you feel about this match tonight?
Oh, I felt good. I trained hard, you know, got good work, and had positive people pushing me.
You had 45 days, though, to think about this, Raynell. Think about your last fight with Everton Lopes.
Oh, yeah.
Were you anxious to get in there tonight?
Oh, yeah, I was. I had to show everybody, you know, I'm better than what I showed last time.
Are you a different fighter tonight than you've been in the past, and why?
I wouldn't say so much different. I say growing up a little bit, you know. My third time fighting at this pro style, so, you know, I got a lot of stuff to get used to. I'm just taking it one step at a time.
I've seen the fighters in this World Series of Boxing, how much they want to get into the competition. Are you anxious to fight Everton Lopes once again?
Oh, yeah. It's, no matter when, you know, it's gonna come. I'm just training for the next person.
You learned a lot. You showed that tonight in this fight. Everton Lopes gets the victory. Memphis, how about that? Everton Lopes beat you, but Raynell Williams gets the victory tonight. Way to go. All right, Josh, back over to you.
Now, keeping in mind that Passos isn't here tonight, the Matadors will lose that light heavyweight, meaning that right now, even though it looks like 1-1, LA's in trouble. LA has got to win out now. And Memphis, only 1-6. Well, Memphis has a shot tonight against the first place team. The LA Matadors will come back in just a little bit. Blues it up for you right here